So you're going to run into something called a repeat. And when it gets more complicated, you're going to run into something called the DS-al coda. Now a repeat is really simple, really simple. All that means is at the end of a certain measure, you're going to run into something that looks like this. You're going to have a dark line and what looks like two colons. Now basically what this is going to tell you, think of them like bumpers. They're going to bounce you back to the beginning. Or it's going to bounce you back to where it tells you to go back to. And usually there will be another nice little two dots if you're not meant to go all the way back to the beginning. So they're like little bumper cars. They're just going to bounce you back. So it just means that you repeat what you repeated before once. And then you'll keep going on. So you play through once, you'll bounce back, and you'll play it again. And then you'll keep going. And that's a repeat. Now, when you get into more fun stuff, you'll see something called DS-al coda. Now, basically, what this is supposed to mean is supposed to tell you, go back to a certain point, and then when you get to another certain point, you're going to go to the end. And it's a little complicated because a lot of times they like to use symbols instead of words to tell you this. So if you take a look, if I play this piece, Send in the Clowns, all the way through, on the third page, I see DS-al coda. Now what this is going to tell me is that it's going to bounce me back all the way back to the DS. This is my signature. This is where I'm supposed to start. So I'll go from where it tells me to bounce back, and this is where it's telling me to bounce back to. And I'll play through this part again, but only up to this point, because here it tells me go to coda. And you see this oblong, almost egg-like circle with the cross through it? That's your coda. That's the coda symbol. So if you ever see that, you'll know what that means. But that's the coda, because if you turn the page, there you are. So if it ever tells you go to, and it just has this symbol, you'll know to turn the page and find that symbol, and that's where you're supposed to go. So in this piece, it got complicated. I played through it once. On the third page, I found the DS-al coda. I bounced back to a certain point, but I only repeated it so far till I saw the coda. I completely skipped this page on the repeat, and then I'll start here and finish the piece.